And we're live. I think we're live. We should be live. Okay, today I'm going to pull out a notepad right here. And when we cover a specific topic, I'm going to write down the time to make it easy for everybody to go back later and pick out what they want to watch. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh, buddy.
Hey, Rob.
That's like 3 seconds after.
They pop in pretty fast. How's it going, everybody? Another late night from Japan. Sorry, man. What time should we do it for Japan? That'd be a good thing to know. How's it going? Finally got on the live stream. Simone, hey, how's it going, buddy? That's a great idea. Yeah, here it is. Got my paper, got my pen. So when we talk about like a specific topic, I'm going to write down the time and it'll make it really easy. Go blue. Was that awesome or what? What a great day. And then that other game where that other team lost. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Good evening. How about 5 hours ago? Oh boy. That would be 5:30 in the morning for me. Maybe one of these days. Of course he starts when I'm about to go on a bike ride for an hour. Oh man, Travis, I think, did I do that to you last time too? You were about to go somewhere and I started the stream just in time. Darn it. Go blue. Yeah. All right, Jim. I love it. How's it going, everybody? Hello from French. Midnight in Vietnam. Wow, that's cool. Vietnam. How's it going, everybody? Aguas Calientes, Mexico. Hey, Fernando. How's everybody doing? So I was, whoa, where is that? Oh, Riyadh. Oh, cool, man. Bear Lake. Hey, that's not so far away. Bear Lake is awesome. Brazil. You guys are fantastic. Got amigos all over the world. Okay, how do we set up a password for Tasmota? Tell me what you're running into. Let's talk about it because I haven't had to worry about a password for Tasmota. Let's open up a Tasmota here. See if I can find a IP address of one that I remember. Here's my thermostats. Probably not a good one to mess with, but it'll be okay. So when you're talking about putting in let's write it down. We're going to say password Tasmota. So there is a spot in here that I've seen that says, nope, that's not it. That says, put in a password. Let's see, where'd it go? Nope. I think maybe it's configure other, right? Yeah, this web admin password. I've never had to use it. I don't know why it's there or what we have to do with it. I've never changed it. So what issue are you having? Is somebody having an issue with that? Who was that asked about that? Are you having a problem where you want to secure it from somebody else getting into it? Or are you having a problem where you can't get into it because there's a password and you don't know what it is? Which cheap, good IP cameras with a mask can you recommend? Boy, Marlon, everybody's been talking about the Wise cams, and they seem pretty good. But as far as I know, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but the Wise cams don't integrate into Home Assistant natively, like directly. They have a pretty good app, I guess. My plan, and I haven't done this yet, my plan is to use Blue Iris. And then you can connect your Wise cams to Blue Iris, and then you can get the feeds from Blue Iris into Home Assistant. The problem with the trying to run things like a mask, like say this area is going to be where you want, motion detected or something, is that Home Assistant, if you're running it on a Raspberry Pi, it's going to be pretty hard to do that kind of processing on the Raspberry Pi. It's not going to do it very well. So you have to have it on a separate computer. So my solution is, and I haven't started it yet, but that's my plan, is to, on a separate computer, run Blue Iris connected to whatever cameras I want. I'll probably have some Wise cams. I'll use the cameras that I already have. The Pi Zero with not the brand new Pi cam that's expensive, but the older Pi cam that's still cheaper is probably also a pretty good way to do it. But then you'd have to run something like Motion Eye or something like that. I'm not a master of cameras. So there's probably some guys here in the chat that can help you even better than I can. We can write down cameras. Oh, I didn't write down the time on that. It was probably about 3 minutes. Cameras. 5 minutes. All right. Greetings from UK. Finally managed to be online when you do a live stream. Good, man. If you change the web password, then user is admin and password is password. You put the web password. There you go. Lucas has your answer. Thank you, Lucas. I made a video about thermostat, but do you have an idea for thermostat for radiators, not central heaters? So, Chris Janis, so tell me about your radiator, because let's write down radiators, 526. This might be distracting. Something like a TH16. Uh-oh. Well, my chat got disconnected. Successfully connected. Okay, good. Back to what I was talking about. So something like a Sonoff TH16. The reason I say TH16 is because it has a temperature and humidity sensor. So that'll be good for a thermostat, right? And it's rated for 16 amps. So my guess is if you have a heater like that, it's probably on a dedicated circuit, hopefully. And it hopefully doesn't draw more than something like 15 amps. So a TH16 might be the thing to do. So so I would put Tasmota on it, set it up like a switch in Home Assistant. And then what you have to do is just set up that climate entry, like I did, to and you just designate it to control that specific switch. So I can open that up real quick again. We can look at just that entry. If I can find my Home Assistant config and my configuration. Yeah, I was looking at trying to get my configuration up on GitHub. So let's try climate. So hopefully I'll get that. I want to get that done before the end of Hacktoberfest so I can get my t-shirt. So this is the important part right here. Once you have a switch set up, some sort of a smart relay, whether it's a TH16 or whatever, once you have that switch set up in Home Assistant, then you just put the name of that switch right here, and then everything else will work the same. So the way that you have it set up with minimum and maximum temperatures on the dial, that's what'll show up on the dial. All these other things, temperature, away temperatures, minimum cycle durations, that'll all be the same. Or, it'll work the same for your heater versus like I was doing with an HVAC. So does that answer your question? Hopefully that'll help. Let me know if you have some other issues with it. All right. Yeah, I did drop offline. That's weird. I wonder if I'm everybody back. I'm back. I'm off. I'm back. Oops. Live stream offline. Okay. How we doing? I think we're all set now. All right. Let's see. Let me try and catch up on some chat. Have I tried Motion iOS? Everything worked, but suddenly he says he does not find the cameras and the Raspberry Pi cam is not working anymore. Oh no. Sorry, Marlon. I have not tried Motion iOS. I've heard about it and I've used Motion, just Motion, which is a Raspberry Pi package, I guess, whatever you call it. I've used that for my tried my attempt at making a Sentry gun, but I don't know a ton about Motion Eye. Sorry. Hey guys, so let's see. Can I use Tasmota with Apple HomeKit? You can use Home Assistant. You can set up Home Assistant with HomeKit, and then anything that you have in Home Assistant will work with HomeKit. So basically, yes. The answer is yes. I did a video about how to set up HomeKit, and it's pretty simple. I believe there was an add-on. It's been a while now, but it's really nice because what I've noticed is that every time now, so I've got HomeKit, let's see, 958 or 948 HomeKit. So what I've seen is that when I add something to Home Assistant, HomeKit just picks it up. So I was having some fun the other day and I was putting some smart plugs, just a little, plug adapter that goes in the receptacle, connected to the air fresheners in the bathrooms. And I set it up, I was messing around and I set it up as a gas binary sensor. And what I didn't know was that Home Assistant sees that as like natural gas, like a gas leak if it's on. And so every time that activated, I got a warning from HomeKit on my phone that said, hey, you've got high carbon monoxide in your house, So I had to go back and change all that because it said, I had high carbon monoxide in the house. So that was kind of funny. So yeah, check out HomeKit. It's pretty simple. Yeah, Lang says HomeKit's pretty simple. Check out the video. But Sonoff Basic only handles 10 amps, which is pretty close to the limit. The 2K one, yeah. Yeah, so good luck with trying to find. I mean, that's going to be your biggest obstacle with those heaters. Like I had one of these little heaters. Somebody sent me to test out. It's a little tiny thing. That sucker cranked out. Like when you first turn it on, you turn it on high. It's like 13 amps. Like bang, right off the bat. Sorry if that was too loud. That worries me. I mean, I think I'm pretty loosey goosey with electrical stuff. I probably walk the line a little more than some. But man, when I've got one thing on a circuit that all of a sudden cranks up to drawing 13 amps, yeah, I mean, that's gonna trip a breaker pretty quick if you have anything else connected to it. I mean, some of the breakers are only 15 amps. Some of the stuff's only rated for 15 amps. So put a 13 amp load there. Whew, that can cause some problem. Sorry, but does a good thermostat has a PID control instead of on-off control? PID, help me with PID, Erwin. What's PID? How to use Google Assistant? It's Nabu Casa. I registered paid account with. So David, so you don't have to use the Nabu Casa to use the Google Assistant or Alexa. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to say that. Mess up everybody's things. You don't have to. There is a method still in Home Assistant for doing that without. I will pull it up right now. Without doing the subscription. Personally, I would encourage anybody that has the means to go ahead and use it with the cloud, with the Nabu Casa, just because it supports the program, supports Home Assistant, and I think it's a good way to do it. If you want to do the manual setup, then there's a bunch of steps here. Gosh, I don't even know what this is. Migrate to release April. This is brand new. So this wasn't even here the last time I looked at this page. But essentially, it's a pretty long process, but you can do it. It has the steps are basically, you have to set yourself up with an account as a Google developer, an app developer essentially, and then you set up sort of your own app and you link it to Home Assistant. I don't know all the process. I looked at it once a long time ago and I just went, ooh, yeah, that sounds hard. But I've had a lot of people ask, for a walkthrough on how to do it. And I've had somebody volunteer to kind of help me get it figured out myself so that I can help with a walkthrough of how to do it the old way. So hopefully eventually we'll get something out that will make it easy for people to understand. But everything you need is here on this page. I'll paste it in the chat here so you can have it. 12 Nabu Google Assistant. So you can do it. You don't have to do Nabu Casa, but if you don't mind supporting them, I think it's good. Set up the TH16 control and other contactor relay for the heater's amperage. Yeah, Curmudgeon's got a good idea. So most likely, going back to the question about a radiator. So your radiator probably has a lower voltage or lower current switch somewhere, right? Somewhere in that device that is your heater, there is a way to flip a switch and get it to turn on. Okay. So that switch is not likely switching that full current. It's not like that switch is connected to the mains voltage and it's every time you flip that switch, it contacts that voltage. It's probably got, a control circuit. And so what you could do, and what would probably be the best and safest thing to do, is to figure out where that control circuit is. There's probably a switch or something, and tie into that switch. That's essentially what I've done, right? Because the thermostat, that's what the thermostat does. The thermostat is really just a low voltage, low current control circuit that when you contact those wires, it flips the big switch, the big relay in the HVAC unit. So your heater should have something similar to that. And what you want to do is just take that control switch and replace it with some kind of a relay that you can control smartly, right? Through Home Assistant or whatever. So that's the best way to control anything that's going to be, high current like that. So hopefully that helps. Wouldn't change the relay. The trace is probably okay. Good. I'm glad Curmudgeon's helping you. It looks like. All right, where are we at? The need for PID depends on what you need to regulate. The water heater or HVAC probably not so much as. Okay, cool. Proportional integral. Oh my gosh, derivatives. Yeah. All right, you're beyond me. You guys are beyond me with that. Proportional integral derivatives. I remember derivatives from calculus. I think that's not what you mean. Simon, you want a fuse to blow before the Sonoff, so I wouldn't recommend it. All right. I'm glad you guys are solving this stuff here. Guatemala checking in. How's it going? Timestamp. Thanks. Yeah, I'll do a good job of it. I did one the other day. I went back and did one. I need to do more of them. It wasn't too hard to do. So I've had a few people even volunteer to say that they would help do that. So putting timestamps in for things. So hopefully that'll help. Problem is that your radiators are like the old European kind. There's hot water going through pipes and it heats with hot water. I just don't know how to turn the water on and off with Home Assistant. Okay, so that's what I have. So somewhere in your house, you're going to have a valve that has a relay on it. And you just need unfortunately, I probably can't tell you, where exactly or how to connect to that, but that's the same thing we have. We have heating and we have hot water pipes in the floor. And there's a bunch of different zones. That's why I have so many thermostats. I have 9. 7 of them are all attached to this floor heating. So each of those thermostats just has 2 wires, goes down to a contactor and a box, a relay for each valve. And there's a valve that opens and closes. So the water is probably going to be hot all the time. Ours has a boiler. The water's hot all the time. It's just whether or not you open the valve to let that hot water go to the floor in a certain zone. So you just need to find those relays and how it's controlled now, and just replace how it's controlled now with a smart relay. That's exactly what I did, Chris Janice. That's exactly what I did. PID is like, predictive temperature control. Oh, interesting. If you want to control individually each radiator, just replace the manual valve with an electrical valve. Okay, great. And maybe that's right too. Simeon says so maybe you don't have. So is that what you have now? Do you have manual valves that you have to turn? That would be a little trickier, because then you'd have to, hopefully there'd be some way you could do something on the outside, right, and not have to like shut the water off and get a plumber and put in a new pipe, but more like an analog way of controlling set point time and how much change. Okay, cool. So those functions, it sounds like the PID functions, is that part of what is happening in the, in here with the thermostat, right? Where you've got some things like this probably, right? This hot and cold tolerance a little bit maybe, where you're saying, don't set it right here, but don't trip it right when it crosses the threshold, trip it a little bit above it and a little bit below it, something like that. All right, new subscriber. Thanks, Dennis. Do you see new Lovelace tabs? Oh, no, I haven't seen new Lovelace tabs. Is there new Lovelace tabs? That sounds cool. Lovelace is awesome. Let's see. So are these new changes from 0.80 or something? What's new? What's new? Trying it out. Point me what's new. Oh, it's probably part of this release notes, huh? What do we got? Breaking changes. It's got to be something here about Lovelace. It's probably up here, right? New platforms. Oh, I did see that they added some of these. This is cool. I've used these gauge before. Yeah, and then webhooks. Webhooks is going to be cool. So, yeah. Is that what you mean? Did you see... Oh, did I see your version, Bobby? Your version of what? Help me out. Let me... yeah, I'd love to check out what you did, Bobby. Is that... Oh, your thermostat? Are you talking about thermostat? Control loop feedback mechanism widely used. Okay, cool. I can't say I know more about how these things, this heating and cooling function other than what's in my house. It's not. I'm glad that there are people, you guys out there that understand it and know more about how it works in other situations. Because all I can tell you about is how, my house is, and every house I've lived in, we've always had an HVAC. It's always been a heater and an air conditioner in one unit that is, the heat might be gas, but most of it's electric, and runs a fan. It just cools the air, heats the air. So I still can't find the way to control Home Assistant by Google Assistant as before. Oh, it's right here, man. Here you go. It's in here. You need to create, this is it, right? First time setup. It's in here. You need to create an API key with the Google Cloud API console. It's a complicated process. You got to read through this. And unfortunately, like if English isn't easy for you, even if English is easy for you, this is hard to follow. I'll just be honest with you. This is hard to follow. But it's here. I'll post the link again. You can start piecing through it. It's not easy, but you can do it. It's in there. I'm going to try and get to it right now. I'll tell you guys, I'm working on 3 videos at the same time right now. The first one will be, I took these T1 switches. Remember these? Remember these guys? The Sonoff T1. Oh, that's cool how the board disappears. But it's the Sonoff T1. They've got the capacitive touch switches. You place 3 switches with one of these. I like them, but they've got that ugly cover on them, right? That ugly glass cover. So what I've done is just replaced it with a blank faceplate, and it looks pretty good. And then I put a temperature and humidity sensor on it. So that's next. I'm going to do an alarm panel one, because I've had a lot of people ask about alarm panel, including Luis. I don't know if Luis is here, but I'm going to do an alarm panel, how to set up an alarm panel in Home Assistant, because I think that's pretty useful. And then, and then I've got my bathroom stuff. I've got a sensor on the toilet seat, and the lock and the air freshener and all that stuff. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to build, I've got parts on the way to build some of those HA switch plates that Luma did. So that'll be fun. But down the road, I'm going to keep working on, I got Motion Eye I want to work on, and cameras. And then I want to do this, try and get this Google Assistant thing figured out for people who don't want to do the Nabu Casa. Anyone know of a reliable outdoor temperature and humidity sensors? The DH22 tends to fail rather quickly. Oh no, that's a bummer. That's a good question. You probably want the, oh gosh, guys, help me out here. Is it DB? There are some waterproof ones. Oh, but it's not humidity. You need humidity? I don't know one that has humidity. I was looking at, that's not what I'm looking for. I was looking for the ones that are the, waterproof. Let's try this. Oh, I bought some. They're going to be on Amazon. Temperature sensor, Arduino. What's a TMP36? Oh, that's that same thing. No. This one. DS18B20. So this is a good temperature sensor that I know you can have that's waterproof. So you can try something like this. I can come up with a link if you want. What did I just say it was? DB. Is it? I just lost it already. DS18B20. DS18B20. So this would be good. These are good. You don't have to buy these ones. I'm just going to give you a link so you can look at it. But I'm sure that's not the cheapest price for them. But I have some of these and I wanted to use them. They're a little tricky to get working in Tasmota. That's the reason I haven't done anything with them yet. But these are waterproof, so they should be fine outside. That doesn't solve the problem of humidity, though. The other thing I do, I just use like Dark Sky to get a temperature and humidity reading outside. There's a few different services like that you could do that will give you something general for your area. Like if you wanted something specific, like say you have an outhouse, or not outhouse. a what do you call those? A greenhouse, and you wanted to know what the temperature and humidity is in your greenhouse, then that would be, you'd have to find something better. But anyways, yes, I do have a sensor on the toilet. I do. It's, you know what? It is fantastic. It is one of my best ideas ever. And I've had a few not so great ideas, but this one's good. I've had so I put an RF sensor, the open and closed door sensor, on the toilet seat lid. So I put a sensor on top of the toilet, and then the magnet on the lid. So when you open the lid, it triggers the sensor. And then I've got it set to trigger the air freshener. So the air freshener comes on for 10 or 15 minutes and then goes off. And then I've got one set up to lock the door in one of the bathrooms. The wife won't let me do that to all the bathrooms, but so far I'll do it on one. The toilet sensor to be able to play a fart sound. I could do that. We could do that. Tasmota on the Sonoff Basic can't connect all the time. Seems like Tasmota on the Node MCU much better connection or faster. Could be. Every once in a while you get a bad Sonoff. And all the ESP chips, it feels like every once in a while you get a bad one. And for some reason or another, some just don't. I've had some that were the first ones I ever installed, and they're still working flawlessly. And then I've had others that I've had to replace just because they wouldn't work. The switch would stop working, or they would keep dropping connection and wouldn't do what it was supposed to do. So it could be that you just have a bad one. Hey, from Serbia. That's awesome. UK. How's it going, fellas? Assuming number 2, I see. Yeah. Well, either way, right? Yeah. It's just nice to have the air freshener on for a few minutes at a time. So, but yeah, assuming number 2, generally. Assuming number 2. So you need an RTD and some Arduino Wheatstone bridge. Woo! There you go. Juan Pablo's got some ideas for you. Hey guys, lots of UK fellas this morning. How's it going? And Romania too. Awesome. Tasmota related query. Bring it, Mark. What do you got? What do you need to know? Hola from Spain. Yeah, I've had some bad ones. Yeah, I've had some bad ones too, unfortunately. It took a while before I had bad ones, so I figured for a while I thought, wow, these things are solid. They're still solid. And for the price, every once in a while you're going to get a bad one. Every once in a while you get bad of anything, right? I just bought a bunch of these power supplies. Like this. So this is a cheap little, I think it was only a couple dollars for a 12 volt, 1 amp power supply to run these locks for the doors. And I bought 3 of them. I think they were less than $2 each. And one of them I connected, and it puts out 18 volts. No matter what I do. There's a dial on here that's supposed to, there's a pot that's supposed to be able to regulate the voltage, but nada. Every time I connect this thing, no matter what I do, it puts out 18 volts. It never goes to 12. The other 2 work fine. They put out 12 volts. I can dial them up and down, by about 1 volt in either direction. But this, junk. Just broke right out of the box. What are you going to do? I guess that's sometimes what you get for cheap. Is it in the drop-down menu now? Awesome, Greg. I didn't know that. I guess last time I tried to connect one of those DS18B20s, you had to go into Tasmota and change some setting before you compile. And since I'd gotten away from compiling, I haven't opened the Arduino IDE in months, so I didn't try it. But that's cool. I'll have to look at it. Oh, you're using one for your pool on a TH16. It works great. Oh, that's fantastic news. Okay. All right, man. That's cool. Thank you. I'm gonna use that. We have cards. In one of the leaves, we turn the cards from in to out and vice versa when we come back in. Cards, Mark, you mean on the door? Sorry, I missed what you were talking about. Some of what you were talking about. Accurate Weather Station has a display panel connects to your PC. Oh, that uploads the weather data to Weather Underground. Weather Underground is a good one to get weather information from for sure. And then you can pull that data back down into Home Assistant. Awesome. So that's pretty cool, Stonewaller. So you can upload your own data from your location, from your house to Weather Underground and then back down into Home Assistant. That's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't think about that. That's a great way to do it. I've got my HA dashboard weather comes from Weather Underground. But yeah, I don't have something like that uploads it and then pulls it back down. That's cool. That way you get very accurate stuff right from your house. That's awesome. So that probably would help. I forgot who was asking already, but question is, if I link 6 buttons to a Wemos D1 mini pins and a string of 6 WS28 LEDs to one other pin on the D1 mini, can I make Tasmota report a button press on the WS28B string? Yes, you can. It would be, so what you want is to say, I know what you're trying to do. I think I know what you're trying to do, Mark. You've got 6 LEDs, right? That can be different colors. And so you've got those on one pin. And then on 6 of the other pins, you have individual buttons. And you want, when one button gets pressed, one light goes on, right? At a certain color or something. Yeah, you can do that. You could do that. It would take, what you would have to do is each time you press one of those buttons, this is how I would do it, because this is what I know. There's probably easier, better ways. But right now, I can tell you the way that it would work is when you press one of those buttons, it will send an MQTT message. And then you'll need that message to be the trigger to tell one of those lights to turn to that color. And you can do that with, if you have, I don't have any LEDs connected to any of my, and you're talking about using Tasmota, I assume, right? This is probably going to be, so I just started using, I don't want to get confusing to you here, but let's see. I'm trying to think of the best way to show you how you could do this. Okay. So, let's see. Man. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to show you in here. Let's go to the commands. Let's go to Tasmota commands real quick and just kind of poke through this. So when you have an RGB string connected, I think you can tell it which LED you want it to control. Let's see, not there. There's a whole section here on this commands page that tells you what you can do with LEDs in Tasmota. This might be a situation where we're getting something simple written in Arduino would be easier, but it's possible. You can do it. Let's see, set option, set text, baud rate. Come on. Where's it at? Serial POW. There we go. So these are some specifics. Okay. Current channel color or X. No. So this is how you can set the different colors. Okay. So color 1, color 2, color 3. Okay. So you'll be able to tell each LED. I'm trying to see where you can specify which LED. LED table. Show the current LED table intensity. No. You can set up scheme, speed, wake up. Color. Oh, here we go. Show specific LED current color. So you say LED and then the number of the LED. Well, that'll show you the color. How do you set the color? Oh, right. Show the current pixel count, set the amount of pixels, rotation scheme, width. Dang it. Well, if it exists to be able to program a specific RGB LED from Tasmota, it's going to be in here somewhere. I would hope that you could do that. You could say like the second LED, turn the second LED red when this button's pressed, right? And turn the fourth LED green when this button's pressed. I would think you could do that, but it would probably be kind of hard. Change to red. Yeah, I think you could probably do it. But it would take a little bit of figuring out, and I haven't done it, so hard for me to tell you right now, but yep. Hey, John from Arizona talking about pool sensors, trying to tap into your pool heater's temperature sensor. Oh, okay. Well, I would think that there are only so many types of temperature sensors, and whatever type of temperature sensor your pool is using, it's probably one of these standard ones, like this one we were just looking at here, this DS18B20 or something like that. So you may have to get in there and look for numbers or look for something that says what it is. And then if you can figure out what it is, then you should be able to connect it to a Wi-Fi, an ESP8266 chip somehow with Tasmota or something. and then get that information relayed on Wi-Fi to your Home Assistant. So it would take a little bit. It may be easier just to get one of these and drop another sensor in, but you may find once you get in there that it's not an easy thing to do to tap into that temperature sensor reading, and that it's easier to just throw in a new temperature sensor. But yeah, really, you'd have to just you have to take your sensor, your temperature sensor apart in your pool heater and see what kind of sensor it is and whether or not you can just tie directly to that, to the data coming out of it and put it into a Wi-Fi chip and then send it to Home Assistant or whatever you're using. All right, Martin says, posted on Facebook earlier, but a Tuya compatible main socket connected to wife's new LED makeup mirror. So, hey, Google, turn on the makeup mirror. Just gained me 50 WAF points. Martin for the win. Yes. Excellent. Good job. Good job. I've been happy with my little Tuya switches and stuff. It's nice that because they're so cheap, and the that it's not the only, but pretty much the only. I think the only other thing I have is maybe the Blink cameras, but it's one of the only things where I don't use my own, firmware stuff, and mostly because those plugs are just too hard to hack. I've tried, but using the Tuya app, and I've got them mostly hooked up to air fresheners and fans. So I've got them hooked up at 3 bathrooms with air fresheners, and then 1 fan in the toy room and 2 fans in the garage. And then I've got some extras. I'll use them for something else. But yeah, those little Tuya things, not too bad. They don't do too bad. Using RTD with the pool, Juan says. Okay. Hookup has a video about pool sensors. Oh, that's right. He does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You should check it out. Check it out. Check it out. The hookup. It's weird sometimes the stuff you get when you look up the hookup. Yeah. But thank goodness here's Rob. Let's see, pool sensors. Pool sensor, Rob. Where's your pool sensor video, brother? Where is Rob, by the way? He hasn't popped in yet, has he? Did I miss him? It's probably one of his older ones, I would guess. I don't know. Here. This is what I'll do. I'll just give you the whole link. You can sort through all of Rob's videos. Anybody else got new videos they want to post? Did you guys see Tony posted a video? I'm excited to watch it. I haven't got to watch it yet. All right. Let's see. Hey, Justin, could you please do a video on presence detection? Still struggling with that. Yeah, Donnie, you're right. I need to remember that that's high on the list. It seems that the latest and greatest, is Travis still here? Oh, no, Travis went on a bike ride. The latest and greatest is Life 360. Let's write this down. What time is it? 38. Life 360. All right. Life 360 device tracker platform. I would have thought there was just I'm surprised there's not just a Life 360 tracker page here. Let's try this again. Home Assistant. Life 360. Huh. How come there's not? So I have been using Owntracks, and it's worked pretty well. I started using the Google Maps, but now I'm getting confusing things. Like it's saying that I'm home in one spot, but that I'm away in another spot. So I've confused it now by trying to use 2. Let's look at components and see if you can go here and do presence detection. And then hopefully there's a Life 360 in here somewhere. I started using it, or I started setting it up. The trick is it needs to be phones. Oh, I can't find it now. Well, try this. Yeah, this is from earlier this year. So try this and see, what you can make out of this. I do need to work on device tracking or presence detection. That's another important one. So not officially supported. Okay, thank you. I thought it was. It's a custom component. Oh, okay. Well, that's why I couldn't find it then. But I did get it. I did start the process. So there's a GitHub page or something, right, where you go and grab some other script that you put in your configuration. Hey, from Portugal. How's it going? Okay. Thank you, Glenn, for straightening me out there. Christopher, what's up? The drums. Search Route channel using search button right under the subscription button. Oh, okay. Pool sensor. First result. Thanks. All right. Please do work on it. All right, Richie. I will work on it. I apologize. I need to get on it. Switched from domestic, and my videos have helped a lot to figure home assistant. Thanks. You are welcome, man. You are welcome. So it's a little bit weird to see only your head in the videos. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of that lately. You know, early on it was like, oh, that's so cool, do it all the time. And I still am going to do it. I'm still going to do the, I got the turtleneck and the green screen. So I'm still going to do it, but I've tried to incorporate longer segments of the video without my head in it, just to please some of the there must be a phobia. There must be a floating head phobia. Some people just get weirded out by looking at certain things like clusters of grapes or hair, or, some people just get, they have some sort of an inner adverse reaction to certain things that you see. Right. And so for some people, I think it's a bald man's head floating around the screen is unnerving. And I can understand that. It's cool. And I don't want to cause anybody any undue stress. So I will do a little bit, put some little body down my neck. I've done that a couple times. Have you seen a couple times where I put like, what did I do? I put like the Hulk, and I put like a teddy bear or something like that. So I should do that a couple more times. I like to learn how to do a video like yours, just the head. What software do I use? Oh, that's easy. So I use, for my editing, I use Final Cut Pro, which is an Apple product. You could do it. I think you can do it with iMovie, which is free if you have Apple. If you don't have Apple, there were a couple other free editing softwares that I would use. Which one was it? Top Shot. I can't remember now. No, there was a free, let's try this, free video editing. There's probably some that suck, watch out. But anyways, so OpenShot. Okay, OpenShot is probably a good one. And then, what was the other one? I think OpenShot was one I was using. Don't use Movie Maker ever. There was another one besides OpenShot, but OpenShot looks like it might be okay. So I feel confident sharing that one. Anyways, if you wanted something free, you can try this one. But anyways, you have to have a green screen. That's what's behind me right now. Green screens are cheap. You can get them on Amazon, $20 or something like that. They're pretty cheap. And then I actually got a green screen turtleneck. I know that's probably not what you want, but that's what I have. So yeah, see, you can get a green screen, $20. Or here, this one's got some clamps and some poles. I can't imagine. Oh, this one's a 5 foot by 7 foot, so it's kind of small. I have one of these pop-up ones. It doesn't work as great. It doesn't work as well. Yeah, that's what I have, one of those too, but I don't use it very much. And then there's the green screen turtleneck. But then the real trick, I was thinking about this the other day. Hold on, turtleneck. Here we can start oh yeah, that's it, a onesie. Yeah. I swear there's one for men. I swear there is. I own it. I don't know where it went. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, you can buy one of these. I don't know why that makes me laugh so much. Anyways, yeah. So the big deal with editing. So it just takes time, and there's really no other way around it. I think the difference between a video that is fun to watch on YouTube and one that isn't is editing. That's it. You can do something totally boring, but if you edit it right, you can make it a lot of fun. And you can do something super fun, and if you don't edit it right, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to want to see it. So, if you want to do something, but I don't think you should have to do it. I think you should film your project and put it out there, and then work on getting better at it. Because there's a lot of great ideas. This chat, our Discord, Facebook, all this, full of genius guys that are doing amazing projects. way smarter and way better than what I've done. And so I want to encourage as many of them as possible, as many of you as possible to do it. Put your videos out there. Take your phone and just record what you did and put it on YouTube. It's easy, it's free. And if it's not, if you don't get thousands of views, it's okay. It really doesn't matter. Put it out there and then share it with us, and we'll watch it and we'll give you some feedback, and hopefully, you watch it yourself and you go, oh, maybe I need to do this or need to do that differently. But, it's all about, I think it's a lot about the editing, and I write scripts. So like, look at this. So this is what I did. We took a trip this last couple days. We took a trip in the car. So I was sitting in the car. My wife was driving, thankfully. And I took the time and I wrote 3 video scripts. And so I wrote this one here about the T1 and the mounting. And when you watch the video, you'll see that I say this almost exactly. I might deviate a little bit from time to time. And then here's one about alarms. So I write the script and I kind of go through my head. What do I want the video to be? What are the important points? You can see this one. I started with an outline. Like, these are the important parts. I need to make sure I include these parts. And then I go through and think about, how do I want the video to progress? What would I say if I was just going to talk about it? And then I do that, but then I write it down so that when I go back and I want to do it again, and I want to do it well, I've got something to go by. So, I think that's an important part. At least write down an outline of what are the important things that I need to make sure that I cover. And then I like to take some time to cut out stuff that's not important. So if you spend a lot of time kind of going, or moving the camera around or doing things, I cut those out. We've all got our attention spans are shrinking quickly. So if you start taking too long to explain something, then, somebody's probably going to say, move on to the next video. Even though what you were about to say is really important and really good, they might miss it if you don't cut out that dead space, that dead time where you're not saying anything. So anyways, enough about that. I do need to do a little bit of how do you make a video. Bremer, I got to look at that video later. Take care. See you, man. Hello from Brazil. Great videos. Thank you. Let's see. Am I using Nabu Casa account like Home Assistant, Google Assistant? Yes, I am. I am. I am using it, Juan Pablo, because I'm happy to support the Home Assistant guys. But I do understand that a lot of people don't want to use it, or they don't want to pay. And, Paulus and the Home Assistant guys, they're okay with that too. They understand. So there are some instructions on how to do it that I'm going to try and get through myself. I tried it a long time ago. I went through it and said, oh, this is really hard. And I stopped. So then I was really happy when they came out with the cloud and let us do it that way, through the easy way. But this is a hard process, but yeah. Okay, now I got to see what Christopher's saying about my unitard. Now I have an image of you in a unitard. See, so the floating head wasn't creepy until you figured out that I was wearing a onesie, huh? Oh my gosh. Hey man, that's funny. Searching for something like ESP32 built-in camera module. Ooh, I don't know about this. That would be cool. When are you going to redo smart garage door with the latest Tasmota? Yeah, I do need to do it. Should we talk about it a little bit right now? Maury, I know you've been working on it. So let's talk about it a little bit right now. Let's go to my garage doors so we can start with that. Let's put this on the list here. 49 garage doors. One thing I noticed with one of the latest Tasmotas when I was doing these is that there's a new, well, these show up as buttons. So if I didn't change my button topic, the buttons wouldn't work. That was weird, but I had to change the button topic. I'll put that in the video so you'll see what I mean. I don't remember which. I need to find the IP address of my garage door first, and then I can show you. It's not the latest version though. I still don't think it's newer because I put one on my wife's garage door, but it's not the brand new one. Let's see, Jan's garage. There we are, and it is 193. Okay. 193. Okay, So let's go to the console here and let's see what kind of settings that we've got. So one thing I have is I have Telly set up to broadcast every once in a while. So Telly period. It's set to every 5 minutes still. I guess that's the default. So what happens then is the state gets broadcast every 5 minutes. So then in my configuration, let's see. Oh, that's Janice's garage. No, I don't have it there either. Okay, maybe that doesn't matter. What specific question do you have? Let's try and answer your specific question. I do use the retains that Rob talked about. So there's power retain. So I have power retain on, and I'm pretty sure I have switch retain on. Let's check it. Yeah, I have switch retain on. And then my switch topic, you have to have a switch topic that is set to something, right? So if you go back here, the important parts are that your state is a different topic than your... What's the matter?
What?
Okay.
I was trying to sneak up behind you.
Oh, did you?
A little bit. But
Turkey. That was Zach. What are you doing? Oh, getting your phone. Sorry for the interruption. Pardon the interruption. So anyways, you have to have your command topic is the topic that's based on the name of your Sonoff. Okay, that's going to be your normal MQTT topic that you have. So if you configuration, configure MQTT, this topic right here. Okay, that's what goes under your command. So that's when you trigger, when the relay triggers, this is the command that it responds to. Okay. Then this is for the read switch. And there's two things that you have to have. One is you have to set the switch topic, as I did back here. So you have to set the switch topic to whatever you want that to be. So to do that, you type switch topic and then a space and then the word that you want to use. So I use G state as in the garage state. Okay. The other thing that you have to do if you go to configuration, configure module is you have to have, well, this is an older version. See, this is 5.14. So I think on the newer versions, you have to pick one of these and you have to set it as relay 2. If you don't set it as relay 2, then this power 2 won't be power 2. It'll be power and it will potentially trigger the relay. So I don't know if that's answering your questions or if I'm just babbling. Let's go back to what Moore is asking. When the magnet is closed, it says the garage icon shows open. Oh, okay. We can switch that. Let's see. How do you switch that? Let me remember. So down here, see where mine says state open on and state closed off? You need to switch those. So if you have, you probably put your read switch someplace else, maybe. I put mine up at the top. So when the read switch is closed, that is when the magnet comes close to the read switch, that's when the door is open. So when the switch is closed, mine reads off, but that means it'll be open. So if your state is showing opposite of what you want it to show, try switching these. Try switching the state open to off and the state closed to on. See if that does a trick. Is that what you're asking? All right. Counted boots. Reset. Uh-oh. Well, that's Sonoff. Let me try again. Oh, okay. You guys are working on something. Excellent. Greetings from Denmark. Hey, Jacob. What's your setup device for presence detection and tracking? So what I have set up for presence detection is Owntracks. Let's see. Device tracker, I think, right? So this is the first one that I have is Owntracks, and I'm using the HTTP. The reason you use the HTTP is that then you don't have to open an MQTT port. So I use the HTTP, and then this one I do have it set up to use Google Maps, but I think I'm going to probably take this out, and I'm going to start using Life 360. But for now, I'm using Owntracks through the HTTP, and then on the phone, when you go into Owntracks, and maybe Android users tell me if do you guys still have an Android app? because I don't remember. So then in Owntracks, you have to set it up to use, where is it? You have to set it up as your settings. Okay, you have to set it up with the mode of HTTP. You need looks like I don't need an encryption key. Then you set it up to go to a web address that is your duckdns/API/Owntracks/ the person and then the name of the device. It's a little complicated, but I just followed Ben's old I followed his old Owntracks setup video, and it still worked. So hopefully that was probably not very helpful to you at all. Time to change your password. Me? Did I reveal my password? No, not here. Did I? Oh, Alexa email. No, that's my email. That's no big deal. No, I don't think I changed. I don't think I revealed any passwords. These are all secrets. So everything's in my secrets file, I think. See? That's not my password. But if I'm wrong, if I did show a password, then let me know. Tried using Google Maps sharing, but it has an issue. Yeah, I need to stop. I tried Google Maps and it worked okay, but I'm going to stop. How to set up Sonoff Basic to sync with Home Assistant when Home Assistant restarts. Yeah, that's the switch retain. That's the switch retain, Dick. That's so in your configuration, Rob did a great video about that. So if you go back here to Rob's videos and you do, let's look for switch. Nope. It's one of the newer ones. Here, right here. This one. So we're going to share this one with everybody. I'm like Rob's biggest promoter. Here you go. So he does a great job of talking about it. But essentially what you want is in Home Assistant, when you have your switches. Oh, what did I just do? I just saved it. Oh boy. When you look for your switch, okay, you want your retain to be false in Home Assistant configuration for your switches. Retain false. And then in your console on your Tasmotized device, you want power retain 1 and switch retain 1. And then it should sync up pretty well. Every time you restart Home Assistant, or if the device disconnects or reconnects from the Wi-Fi or powers off and powers on, you should be fine. It should come back in the same state that it was before. Okay? Cleared existing retain messages when you set it up properly. That's true too. And to do that, what did he do to do that? He does it in his video. Button retain 1 and then button retain 0 or something like that. But this has fixed it for me. If the light is on and Home Assistant restarts, the light shows as off. This should fix that. Have you done these? Have you done switch retain and power retain? That seems to have fixed any of those problems for me. I don't remember. And does anybody else have a problem with that can tell them how to fix it? Because I'm not sure. You did follow Rob's video and you're still having the problem, huh? But when you flip the switch, it works. So when you go to the switch and turn it on and off, then you get the right one. Hey, another subscriber. Thanks, man. I'm not getting the audio feedback today. I don't know why. Must have headphones plugged in somewhere. Power retain is the one. Yeah. I want to help you, Dick. Let's see. So you've got switch retain, you've got power retain, you've got this set to false. Do you have your state topic as state instead of command? Right here. That might be something. The other thing you could do, if you set it to state, the nice part is, well, let's see. I see what you're saying. It should still do it though. Power retain and switch retain, it should still do it because when it comes back on, it should set the state. So try this. Maybe that's, okay, great. Great. Whose other channels do I recommend? Man, let's see. What other people do? Who else do I watch? I I'm always looking for new people. Problem is right now I've got signed into a different channel. And I don't know if it's going to let me switch it without putting a password in. This is my home one, but who else do I watch? I was watching Paul Hibbert for a while. He does a lot of RF bridge stuff. He's a funny guy to watch. Let's see, who else do I watch? These are different ones. Let me try and get my list of people that I watch. Here, let's read it. I'll put it on here. I'll just have to switch accounts. All right, now let's see. Who do I subscribe to? Oh, you know what? I listen to Phil Hawthorne. I do Phil Hawthorne stuff because he does the podcasts. So I watch the podcasts or listen to the podcasts from when they do a new edition of Home Assistant. So Phil Hawthorne does that. I like Jehu Garcia. You guys watch him? He does batteries. So not a lot of Home Assistant stuff. Lawn TV is a new one that I just found. I like his stuff. He's got good stuff. Oh, join. What does that mean? Oh, I guess that means I can like pay to watch his or to sign up to pay him every month or something like that. So he's a good one. Let's see. Blah blah. Rob. Of course, we've got Travis has started putting out videos, so I definitely think everybody should be subscribing to him because he is a smart dude, and he does good stuff. He knows his stuff really well. So, we just stop with this already. Stop with the autoplay. Hook up the lawn TV. I like Real Engineering. Woo! Do you guys watch Real Engineering? That's just fun stuff. It's not really Home Assistant related or anything. This guy, he does pretty good stuff too. Songar, he does good stuff. He does a lot of just reviews and things, but he has a lot. Chris, dude, what are you doing? Thank you very much. Holy cow. That's fantastic. I appreciate that, Chris. Holy cow. Get password not used. Not used password typically. Chris is what a stud. Thank you, Chris. Man, go blue. Yes. Yes. Wow. What a great game, huh, Chris? I recorded it. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to watch it again today. Thanks a bunch, Chris. So are you there? Are you in Michigan? You must just be from there, just a fan. Andres. Yeah. If we're talking about YouTube guys, you've gotta be subscribed to the guy with the Swiss accent. He is a genius. That dude deserves a lot of good stuff. Tony. So here's Tony has just started putting out. Look, he's got a whole 11 subscribers. Let's blow him up, fellas. Let's blow him up. Let's subscribe. He's going to go crazy. Tony is a smart dude. If you want to know about ESP32s, Tony is going to be putting out some pretty good stuff about ESP32s. He knows how to do a lot of good stuff. So I like watching Rich Rebuilds. Do you guys ever watch Rich Rebuilds? He's funny. Great Scott. Yep, Great Scott's on here. Rich Rebuilds. He one of the things I love about what he does is that I'm just spamming with all these. Is that okay? Just busting you guys all these links to everybody's. But Rich Rebuilds. So what he does is he takes apart old Teslas and puts them back together again and like redoes them, makes them usable again. One of the things I love, he's so funny because he will find a way in almost every video to use a steak knife. And he goes, and this is the part where he used a steak knife, to fix this thing on the Tesla. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much, but he's funny. He's a good guy to watch. So you're a car photographer, want to meet up at some point. Oh, cool. Where are you at? See? I need I got my bug. My bug's in my garage. Finally. I'm excited. I think what I'm going to do, have I talked to you guys about the bug? So I think what I'm going to have to do, EV West. Have you guys heard of them? EV West. They do electric car conversions, and they have kits. And they've got a really good I mean, they've got a good bug kit. Unfortunately, it's not cheap, right? They've got this kit but it's so slick. Like when you look at how well it fits in the bug, it just looks awesome. So EEV blog, ooh, I need that. You missed the line above. I wanted to meet up with Rich Rebuilds. Oh, you wanted to meet up with me and take pictures of my cars. That'd be great. Tony's subscriber count now. Oh yeah, let's look at Tony's subscriber count now. Tony's gonna be like, what happened? Where did he go? Tony, where are you? Let's refresh it. 31. There he goes. He got 20 new subscribers in the last couple of minutes. Awesome. Coffee and drink is swing through Salt Lake City again. Hey man, if you're ever in Salt Lake City, hit me up. Let me know. I will. This is cool. So much stuff. Okay. Cool. Yeah, man. Anytime. I say that, but I don't have a lot of time, but it'd be fun. Finally made it to a live stream. Yay. What can you and I do with the calendar component? Trigger automations, show 5 upcoming appointments. Ooh, that's a good question. Who uses the calendar component? I gotta say I don't. I don't use it. I probably should. Home Assistant calendar. I use my Google Calendar a lot. A lot. Generate a client ID and client secret. So you have to go to the developer console. See, that usually stops me. Like when I get to that point, I'm like, man. So maybe that's why I haven't tried it yet. But has anybody else used it? Is it pretty cool? You use it to schedule automations? Oh man. Going to go install garage opener. It's working now. Yes. We did it. We fixed Maury's garage door opener. Yes. Suggest you try, for excellent detail, microcontrollers. Oh, okay. Let's check him out. Let's go check him out right now. Sweet. Oh, I'm already subscribed. Look at that. I must have seen something you did and subscribed. Cool. How often does he post? It must not be very often. Oh, 5 days ago. Yeah. I haven't watched some of these. Okay, then. Sweet. Sweet. So there was somebody who was asking me in Discord about a couple topics for today. There was somebody who was going to be in Provo. I can't remember. Do you have any ideas on the RGB issue? I'll have to work with you, Mexico Matt, and try and figure it out. Let's see where we at. Now I don't know where that conversation went. It's a problem with, I have a lot of ongoing conversations on Discord, you can imagine. I lose track of them very easily. To trigger things like recycle bin reminders, similar to Andres reminder box. Yeah. Yeah. You know, Node-RED has a pretty good calendaring thing, I think. In automations, in the YAML automations, I think you'd have to I don't know that you can do it like every Tuesday. Maybe you could. Maybe you could do it. Oh, hey, Jay After Dark. Oh, yeah. Where you been, man? James did some videos. Let's get James on here. We got to go to Jay After Dark's channel. James did some good stuff, and he's got more good stuff coming. Oh, I like that you got your name in there. That's nice. Do I have experience with power consumption meters? You mean like the big ones, like out by your panel or whatever? I don't. I would like to. I think something like that. What's that thing called? The meter, that orange thing that sits out there that registers what different devices you have. I would really like to know. In general, Wellbo. That's right, Wellbo. Is he around? Don't have anything new yet. We're going to show your LED Ethernet pot lights. Oh, sweet. Excellent, James. Oh, cool. So SDM 630 from Easton. Oh, is that a switch? Awesome. Node-RED big timers from Pete Scargill. Pete Scargill, genius. Yeah, there you go. So big timer. Big timer. I need work with Node-RED. I'm like a infancy of Node-RED understanding still. Doing Home Assistant in your travel trailer, lights, fans, temps, solar control info, use 12 volts or lower. Oh, okay, cool. That's fantastic. That should be easy. Yeah, an energy meter for like, not for your house though. You mean just like a regular, like a Sonoff POW? I have a Sonoff POW that I like, and a couple like the Sonoff 31 that's got an energy meter in it, sort of. Been wanting to integrate calendars with granular Alexa reminders. I need to, yeah. Well, when you do, hey, you got, if I don't have something done on it, when you get it done, do something, post a video, and tell me about it. And obviously I'll help you promote it and get some people to be able to watch it. Oh, since it's 3-phase, Calculon. Oh, hey, Jimmy's back. How's it going, Jimmy? And my babies. The sense meter. Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. An automation that's triggered when Home Assistant starts. It queries the Sonoff for their state. Oh, that's cool. Matt, you want to share that? Post that in Facebook or GitHub or again GitHub, Facebook or Discord or someplace. Playing with Node-RED to control Blue Iris, change modes, etc. Also used Blue Iris to send reboot commands to cameras directly. Cool. I'm excited. So you guys seen the new Blink component? So they redid the Blink camera component in Home Assistant. And I just barely started testing it because I didn't want to mess up my main. So I started testing it out on my development Pi. And at first it wasn't working. And now with 0.803, I think it's working again. But now you can do, with these Blink cameras, you can now do all kinds of other stuff. You can get, you can do, I think you can even trigger off of motion detected. I think you can get your motion detected. You can update the image. You can trigger the camera to record or take a picture. Like those are new features that they did not have before. And I'm really excited about it. Can I see your questions above? Don't want to spam to it. Okay, let me look up there to see. Okay, I'm not seeing it real quick, so go ahead and repost it. Stavros, go ahead and repost it. Repost your question, and we'll try and answer it. The guy with the Swiss accent, love him. DHC 22 on the switch panel, but the temperature stays above 28 Celsius all the time. Could the Sonoff Duo running behind it have board temps that affect the DHC? It probably does. They get hot. A Sonoff just sitting there, they can get warm for sure. Good evening from India, Sitenda. How's it going? Okay, here it is. Here's your question, Stavros. Let's try see if we can answer it. Great Scott is the Terminator of electronics videos. I will see you next time. Schwarzenegger all the way. Rich rebuilds. I have some good ones. I'm glad there's some cool guys. The Tesla guy, yep. Okay, Stavros, bring in the question. I'm excited about this Blink component thing. I'm gonna have to do a new one. Any idea on how to toggle a low voltage switch using Home Assistant? I want to be able to switch my TV's HDMI ports. Oh, there is. Help me out here, guys. There's an add-on. For those kinds of HDMI switches. And oh, good. I'm not even revealing my duck DNS address. Not that I care terribly, but this time I'm not doing that. Okay, so if you go to the add-on store, look through the add-on store. There is. Do you see it here? Am I missing it? There's somewhere. Oh, is this it? CEC scanner. Discovered. Start the add-on. Look into the log and see the connected device on HDMI. Will that do it? I don't know if that's what I mean. Yes, CEC switch answer. Yes. So then is there another way that you need to switch them? I haven't tried that. So this is uncharted territory for me. Oh, there you go. Adapter looks like, so this is all about how to set it up. Maybe that add-on will do that part. And then in your configuration, maybe you can do something here. And then device, let's see, where's the switches though? How do you turn it on and off? Anyways, is this going to help you? Sorry, I don't have the answer, but there's some information. You could probably use the infrared too. I see what you want to do though. I mean, I understand, you know, that's an easy way to do it. I haven't done it that way. Apparently I can. I remember we talked about this months ago, and somebody looked up my projector for me. It might have been Travis or somebody. And and it turns out my projector has this CEC. You can turn it on with the HDMI. I haven't tried it. I don't know anything about how it works. Unfortunately, I wish I did. Sorry. Can't help you, but maybe some of the other guys here in the chat can. An external HDMI switcher which toggles your old TV inputs. Yeah. I think you want to switch it. Oh, you want to switch it to a different port? You want to switch it from one HDMI input to a different one? Tile board as well. I need to try tile board. Tile board is looking good. Looking to control over the network, having reliability issues with the Nmap scanner. I don't use the Nmap scanner, unfortunately, so I couldn't help you there too much. Let's see. Oh, James. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you, James. I will start using that. Appreciate it, man. You've sent me lots of good tips, and I haven't done some of them. Oh, can the add-on store be added in hassbian build? No, Maury. If you're doing hassbian, then usually you have to do, you know, the command line install process, you know, for whatever. But most of them have a way. You know, with a command line. So if you're using hassbian, you just got to get into the command line, SSH, and get into the command line. HA dashboard all the way, C grade. I like my HA dashboard. It's pretty. But I've been really working hard on my Lovelace. If you look at my upstairs now, look how beautiful my upstairs is. I think it's beautiful. I got all the kids' rooms, temperatures. It's hot up here. Look at that. That's because that window's open. My window's closed. But it looks like it's getting warm. But anyways, you can turn their fans on, their lights on. We've got, this is the air conditioning. This is one zone of the floor heating. This is the other zone of the floor heating. So pretty cool. Pretty excited about it. This is, if you zoom in here, you can see this. So the bathroom light's on, which I could probably turn it off because I don't think anybody's in there. Nobody's in there. But this is the, I could turn on the destinkinator. This is the, I just turned on the PU. So that's the air freshener in the boys' bathroom. So pretty happy about all this. Anyways, I like Lovelace. Looks cool. I'll try to make, oh, cool. Yeah, do, David, do. Make a YouTube video for us. It doesn't have to be much, man. Don't, you know, I know I talked about how important editing is, but just because you don't want to spend a lot of time editing doesn't mean you shouldn't post your video. How you made the upstairs floor plan? There is. Yes, there is. It is the Sweet Home 3D video. So I did one about Sweet Home 3D. That's the one. I'll just search for it. This guy. Right here. Basics of Sweet Home 3D. Control C and V. Pow. Okay. Is there somewhere people have shared HA dashboard interface prettifications? Not enough of them. The best place is in the Home Assistant forums. That was where I got some stuff. Home Assistant forums, HA dashboard. Oh wait, there was one. See that? Share your HA dashboard setups. So Renee is a guy that has done a lot of cool stuff with the HA dashboards. So maybe go through this, you know, and see. There's some guys in here. There's a few guys in here that have done a lot of really pretty stuff. You know, they've set up some I can't remember what their names are all now, but you want to see my dashboard, my HA dashboard? Let's see. I need to update it. I haven't updated it in a while. I took some things off. Oh, I want Obsidian though. Oh, how do I do that? Equals, there it goes. So this is my HA dashboard. So obviously it's sized, it's downstairs, it's on a Fire tablet. It's got some things here. I did a video about this too. This is traffic on my way to work. This is weather. We got a storm on the way. You can see moving up towards us here. And then we've got a lot of lights and stuff. I've got better stuff now that I need to integrate into this. I've stopped using this Spotify playlist thing. I've got better ways to do things that I want to put in here. This weather thing is nice, but I don't know if it's worth taking up all this time, all this space. And I don't use this very much. So I need to redo some of these things, but this is what's on our Fire tablet downstairs in the main floor. So this is how I check and see what lights are on, turn lights off. I probably don't need all these temperature sensors. You know, I need a couple now, and I probably need some thermostat control. And then the other thing that you can do is that you can link it to other dashboards. So I've got a dashboard that's supposed to go to cameras. We'll see if any pictures actually show up because I haven't used them. Well, oh, there you go. So there's pictures. So that's pretty cool. These are Blink cameras. So these pictures are old until I get this new Blink component set up and get it updated so that I can have newer pictures more often. So I like HA dashboard. I mean, it's just pretty. It is. It's just pretty. So I like it. Good job. What are you using to get the weather radar? I can't remember. It's an iframe. We can look at the config file. I don't know if there's any. Let's see. It's under App Daemon, dashboards. Here, it's in here. I can't. This. Whoa. It's not what I wanted to do. Oh dear. No. Stop. Stop. Open with code. That's it. That's all I wanted. Simple. So here it is. It's a weather frame, widget type iframe, radar, refresh, frame style, and then you just go to, how did I find it? I don't remember where I got this from. I followed some instructions and I put it on my, I think it was on my second dashboards video. So the second dashboards video was, let's go to it here, was when we did the first Maker Faire a few months back. Nope. Oh, because it's probably not in the title. Dashboard number 2, radar, traffic, and cameras. Look at that right in front of my face. Look how pale I was. Oof. Get some sun, boy. Okay. There. That's how I did those. That's how I did the weather and the cameras and stuff. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. A few more minutes. We'll sign off. What else do you guys want to chat about? Finally got all the Vivint wireless alarm sensors working in Home Assistant using Honeywell Security MQTT SDR software. We'll make a video soon. Fantastic, Bo. That'll be super useful. That would be super useful for a lot of people. Yeah. I don't want to crush anybody's business model, but I think, some of these smart home companies that are just really taking advantage of people and taking a lot of money for things that aren't worth that much. You can do it for a lot. You can do just as good or better for a whole lot less. OpenHab 2 using Tasmota. I haven't used OpenHab. I said I would, and maybe someday I will, but I haven't gotten there yet. Can you help me setting up a WS2011 to run with Tasmota? Sure. What do you need? Patrix, tell us. So you've got a Tasmota on a what? On a Node MCU or D1 Mini or something? the best way, let's see, I don't want to mess up my garage door. So I'll use one that I don't ever use here. I should just keep, why don't I just have one that's just set up all the time? So configuration, configure module, then one of these pins, you need to set it to, it's going to actually be WS2812. And depending on your manufacturer, that means your R and your red and your green or your red and your blue or something may be switched. So that might be a problem for you. But once you do that and you save it, we'll just see what comes up. No, it's not really saved. It's not really back yet. It should come up with a slider. Okay, another on and off. So another toggle, another slider. And then in the console, you can do things like color. One. I don't have an RGB setup, right? So it's not going to show me, but it'll set the color to a certain color. You can do scheme, and it'll flash a certain scheme. You do need to set the pixel count. No, not pixels. So its default is set to 50 pixels. So depending on how many lights you have in your string, you need to set it to that number. So if you have 150, you type pixels space 150. And then for the most part, everything else you're going to need is going to be here. WS2812. So there's going to be some information right here and a little bit of information just below it. So I'll share this with you and you can get some information there. If you have a specific question, I can try and help you, but those are the basics of it, how you get it going. Yeah, stick with Homestead. Waiting for my video on Tasmota. Which one? Which one? Is Lovelace stable enough to start using? Absolutely, Juan Pablo. Absolutely. It's good. What things have you done with Home Assistant that had the highest wife acceptance factor or wife appreciation factor? Getting my Amazon Echo to be able to turn the lights off for her has been primo. She can lay in bed and say, she who shall not be named, turn off the lights, and the lights go off. That got me a lot of points. She likes the holiday lights outside. She likes when I put on the lights, and the kids like it too. So that's good. I got you restarted on Home Assistant. Fantastic. All right. I can hear outside my door a couple of little munchkins that are anxious to come in and do our sign off. So any last questions? Did we help you at all? Can't get the I got the 2812 running with the D1 Mini, but can't get the 2811s to run. Oh, they should. They should. I mean, they should understand the signal the same. They just sometimes will switch they'll switch the red and the green, but otherwise it should work. I want to do something like Philips Hue new outdoor products, but I don't need nice addressable LED, just RGB, whole string, one color. That's just a fast way to get it done. I have a bunch of ESPs. Those 50/50, there's strings. There are strings of RGB LEDs that are just one color. So you send one signal. Check out Rob did a video talking about that a little bit. But instead of individually addressable, they're just one. You send one signal, and all the LEDs change to the same color. So always a pleasure, guys. All right, monkeys, come on in. Oh my gosh. Zoe doesn't want to come? Okay.
She can't because she's taking a shower.
Okay. All right, everybody. Here is Discord. Yes, go to DrZzs.com and there's all the links for Discord and everything else. And in the description for this video, there should be links to all those things as well. Okay. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
As always, thanks for watching.
As always, thanks for watching. Till next time. Adios.
Adios. All right, everybody. Adios. So okay, have a great Sunday. Have a great week. And hopefully I'll get a video out again pretty soon. So thanks a bunch, guys. Discord, Facebook, come check it out. Have a good day.